We suck, dude. Live chat. We did it. Okay, so it needs to go up.
So, but we'll see, like...
I mean, you might be able to see the wall, but that's the best we can do right now.
Let's see what we got here.
We didn't, like, advertise it too long because we have a habit of over-promising and under-delivering. Isn't that what it says?
Something like that.
And we wanted to do Vlogmas, but we didn't. So it's Vlogmas Day 8. See, we did it. Right? See, now
Hey,
there's
how's it
4
look?
people here.
There are people coming
Hey,
in.
let it go. We, does it look okay? I'll tell you what it's composed of.
So this is what we're going to do. We're going to work on the lighting, but it looks pretty good.
Hey, EXO family. I haven't seen you in a long time. I've been seeing you're doing like the Twitch. Hey, Angela.
Hey, EXO family just did like a GTA stream.
Yeah, he's been doing, hey, Up in the House Records. That's, oh, I know who, Up in the House, are you, that's not, is that Byron? Is that, it might be. He's a cool guy. Hey, Loretta, Fatima. Oh my gosh, look, all of our.
You want to get it from here?
Well, I don't, yeah. Oh, wait, never mind. Hold on.
Whoa.
Stand down on that. Well, no. We just, we're trying to do, hold on. We don't need to,
Hey, Loretta.
let me do this one. No, just trying something different and seeing how that goes. No biggie. Hey, Karen and Loretta, how are y'all? If, we're going to see how this goes. Looks like everyone's doing okay. Okay. So my, there we go.
All right.
We haven't been on in a
There we
while.
go.
It looks like some stuff reset, but that's okay. Hey, Crime After Crime, how are you? Hey, Presley. Does it look good? We were hoping it did. We checked the Wi-Fi before we went on. Here you go, sweetie.
Looks like we
And
might
made
have
sure.
it.
Hey,
Might
Penny.
have it where it won't. We'll see. We'll see.
But
if the
I
internet's
see
good
people
now.
who I haven't seen in other people's stuff in a long time. That makes
know.
me feel good. Hey, Gulf Coast. So like I was saying, as y'all come in, you know us, we would love to do Vlogmas every day, and we kind of thought about it.
We did. That's why
And
it says day 8.
But you know what? We're gonna call it Day 8, right? That's what we're gonna call it. Trisha Paytas is. Have you seen hers? She's clickbaiting all of the rumors about her for Vlogmas, like saying stuff like we broke up and stuff like that. And she's like, hey, if they're gonna make money off me, I'm gonna make money off me.
I'm still waiting to get our wedding invitation from her in the box.
I know. Did y'all see that? I can't remember. It's Daniel somebody. I mean, she sent out a snow globe and a box that played Twilight, and I was
It's
like
$500 an invitation. It
At
comes in like a
least.
priority mailbox, and it
at
opens
the very
up.
least.
And,
What
yeah.
is, I want EXO, what's the announcement? Is there another cutie patootie coming along? They
Guess
haven't-
who says seems like old time? Well, yeah, give us the announcement.
Oh, there's like, it's doing like light things. We'll get it, we'll square it away. I think
What's
we need.
happening?
Well, no,
Oh,
it's
I
just saying
see.
that it's doing those, yes, really, oh, okay. I was like, what? And Let It Go was talking about Trisha Paytas's thing. Yeah, I agree. It was, oh my gosh, Presley, missed you guys. I love you, Presley. I almost always say her real name. Thank you.
Presley, Jock Peterson.
You are so, yeah.
We traded for Jock Peterson. He was something
Hey,
else in
Marge.
the World Series.
You might be in America's Got Talent. Oh my gosh.
Well, that'd be good. What are you gonna do, bro?
That's awesome.
That's pretty good.
Hey, Mayor's daughter, Merry Christmas to you. It's good to see you.
Toujours prey, my sister.
We've been having, we were thinking today about whether or not we should do the backup of the mobile signal in case it didn't work, but
Looks like it's doing okay.
I get more nervous than he does. He's like, people will understand.
Yeah, I mean, this is the first one we've done in a long time. That
I like your hat.
Go
It's
Dogs.
mine.
I know. Bulldogs got this. They lost to Alabama in the SEC championship, but they're gonna get the natty.
Gypsy Mandy was talking about that today. She was like, is Sean so excited about the almost said the Cubs. Oops. The Braves
Presley's
winning
Cubs.
winning the World Series, and I was about to say yeah, and then she was like, but then Georgia lost. I was like, we don't talk about
That's
that.
okay though.
No, it's okay. If we
It'll be
miss like a
fine.
question or something, yeah, Let It Go has a rough time sometimes with her back. I shouldn't say that. That's not very nice. I mean, because she said it before, though. I hope you're feeling better.
So what's going on, everybody?
I know. It's like, I'm trying not to, like, there's a few things I'd love to talk about. I just
We
don't
want to talk about
to.
all the stuff that's been going on. I mean, let's just say this without mentioning any names. Man, channels are just getting taken away left and right, though.
It's the new terms of service. Little stand. Oh, that's cool. Make sure and send us the link. Either DM me or Sean and let us know if you do Twitter. We love it. Our neighbors are. I'll circle back to what I was just saying, but we don't really have any neighbors to speak of. We have a rooster that hates my voice somewhere out that way. Anytime I speak, it crows. It can be 5 in the morning or it can be 10 at night. When it hears my voice, it crows.
When you see the, like, on Twitter, when I put on, like, the pictures of that big buck, we had a 12-point buck in our front yard. That way, there's nothing. It's just woods. There's no neighbors. We have neighbors on that side, but
Yeah. So, they are taking down channels. They don't care how many subs you have. If you break their terms of service, they learned from Facebook had that big lawsuit leveled at them, and they're not messing around anymore. And also, people who primarily live stream, they've been saying, Mayor's daughter, they've been saying for a while they never intended to be a live streaming platform. They would rather leave that to other platforms. YouTube said they never intended for that to be a main platform. They
Nope.
didn't like the liability. They don't like the whatever.
Mayor's daughter said, I said, "Choose your prey" to my grandson, and he stopped and he prayed. Stopped and
Oh,
he prayed.
that's
That is
sweet.
good.
That's very sweet. I like that. We have your. Yeah, it's with the rest of your hats.
Yeah.
I call that as pancake dinner hat. Respectfully,
Yes.
it's like
Yeah.
pancake dinners that
When I
veterans
go, like,
go to.
my
with the
dad
hats.
invites me to his Vietnam veterans breakfast. I go about once every couple of months because I work all the time, so I really
He does
can't
work all
anymore.
the time.
So it's every Friday, and they all wear their Vietnam hats. I wear my second ACR hat when I
Yeah,
go.
and I call it a pancake dinner because they've and it's respectfully, but the VA used to always have pancake dinner
Like
fundraisers.
charity fundraisers. So
And
they
my
serve
dad had
pancakes at night.
had a little country band, and he would play at them sometimes. I remember the smoke was so bad, I'd be like, my eyes would be streaming or whatever, but it was fun times.
VFW is one of those last places where you can just smoke up inside.
Can you still?
I haven't been in one in a few years, but
So
Yeah.
that was but yeah, he gets a lot of compliments. He got his,
Fatima, we're not on Instagram.
Oh,
I
we
mean, I
are.
am on Instagram.
no, we're curlies with fur.
I know.
We're just not very active.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Curly's with fur. I don't even remember. It's Spothead, I think 422.
But
Is
it's
my-
not his face.
Yeah.
It's still the back of you,
Yeah,
right?
it's the back of me. I like Instagram.
Cassie.
I watch Instagram. I follow people on Instagram, but I don't really do Instagram that much.
A lot of people don't do Twitter.
I like
'cause
the
it's
Island
toxic.
Boys.
Y'all don't do it now, but pull them up in a little bit. I mean, you can. We will all have to watch
I'm
the
an
chat.
island boy.
You should pull it up and show. First of all, has anyone
guys
ever
ever
seen
seen
them
those
on
guys?
Instagram? The Island Boys. He watches them when they're live. He watches their recordings, and here's the question: are they big trolls or are they?
They've grown on me. So they look like Phineas and Ferb. They've got like hairdos like and they fancy themselves as like the next big thing. So
Did you share this, Sean?
what?
Did you share this?
I shared it from yours to
Good.
mine.
That's
Yeah.
all I wanted to know, so that we're on the up and up. What do y'all think about them taking the dislike button away?
How about that?
I don't care. Like it's never. Yeah, Presley, you work all the time. It's never been a thing for me, and not really for Sean either. I mean, it's
No.
whatever. I figure if we have twice the number of thumbs down to thumbs up, someone's gonna look at it and go, let's see what this is
Yeah.
about. But they took it away again. They're trying to make it less of a.
They're trying to make it less toxic. Mm-hmm. Taking channels down finally, and then
Says
they're trying to make it more
Cassie says,
positive.
"Oh my God, you got my husband going. He agrees. That's who they look like.
Did you look at them?
But they're catchy. Go ahead and pull up one of their little things.
Well, their YouTube channel is big.
I'm an island boy is all I hear.
Yeah, I'm an island boy.
And they do like a Fashion Nova haul, and they sing the same tune and
I know,
incorporate
that's all they
the
say. They have
fashion.
like one song. No, they have one called Wicked Way. But when
I
they
don't
do
know
the
that.
lyrics, everyone thinks they say in the wig away.
Oh my God. Sawyer's chasing. He walks around singing. Okay, so does Sean.
Yes.
Sean will start, and then he can always tell if he starts it, and he's like, okay, I'll no.
So if you look,
Hey, my pink life.
so their YouTube channel is Big Bag Ent, like
And they're
Big Bag
twins.
Entertainment, and they have other stuff on it, but like their video for Island Boy is out right now, and they're twin 20-year-olds. They're tattooed from head to toe, and they've got dreads that stick straight up. They look like something from The Simpsons or whatever.
I think they look like Sideshow Bob, but with
Sideshow
blonde.
Bob, yeah.
But blonde, they have blonde.
I think Lisa Simpson, the hair like Lisa Simpson, but anyway.
It is. I will admit it's a little bit catchy to listen to him, but Sean will stop everything to watch their live.
He walks
He's like,
around singing that mess. I know. I mean, because at first you look at him and it's like, oh my God. And then you like, I started following him on Instagram because it's Fly Soldier is Fly Soldier is one of them. So if they ever came into like a drama type of deal, one of them gets trolled real easy when they're doing Instagram Live. He gets so mad because the people are just heckling them. And the other one tries to keep him calm, but it's pretty
but
funny.
their newest song, they're like, this is my, hey, Kit Kat, this is my private island. And it's like what? Like a,
It's smaller than this living
I think
room.
they're trolling. Hey, Sherry Pie, I think they have
I
to
looked
be
up
trolling.
I looked up their net worth, and their net worth is like 140,000.
Which is,
like, I mean, you got to start somewhere. You know?
they're from Cuba?
No.
I thought they're from Cuba. But
They live in Miami, and they grew up in like Wisconsin.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're not.
I thought we looked them up and they're from Cuba.
I don't think so.
Sean's like, don't challenge me on the island boy. I'm
an island boy.
Who was it that promoted them? That they got their followers, but it wasn't a real promotion.
No, it was on YouTube, and a big YouTuber, had him on an interview, put him on a panel, and that's what got them going.
Bring them to the drama
Yeah.
community.
Yeah, they wouldn't last.
I know, isn't it insane?
Yeah.
Sean's been working so much. He keeps up through me with what's going on with the live streams, but even Sean hasn't been able to keep up. I'll mention somebody. Hey Trixie, I'll mention somebody, and he's like, I don't even know who that is.
There's Kit Kat. There's Sherry Pie. Yep.
Am I on the wrong
Hey.
side?
No. Wait a second. What side do I? Hold on.
He doesn't remember.
I can't hear on this side. It's this side.
But you're doing pretty well.
Yeah, we can swap if you want.
You want to swap?
No.
No. Oh, they might be on TikTok. Are they on?
Yeah,
but
they
go
are on
live
TikTok.
on Instagram.
Yeah, they I think they started with TikTok. Anyway, they've grown on me. At first I was like, look at these guys, and I would like make fun of them, and then she'd look over at me in bed, and I'd be looking at one of their, how you get these channels that are like, you start watching them and following them. That's how they are for me.
There's people in the drama community that I'm mesmerized by the way they speak. I don't really, their content is neither here nor there, but I like to listen to them speak. But I can't ever say, oh, I like the way they speak, because there's such a sharp divide that I don't know who. It's none of the main players, but Beep's cat did a little. I'm gonna have to show it to you. It was funny, addressing some stuff. She's still around, guys. She makes her little things, and they crack me up. And most times she's spot on.
Yeah, who is it that's been? What about how German ladies turned out?
Yeah,
She used to just be the sweetest thing, and now she just goes after people.
I will watch hers every time. I mean, when she's, I'm kind of like, I kind of want her to drag me,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean?
It's just it's you watch people's evolution since when they come around, and they show up, and then they catch the bug, and they want to go live, and then they go down the rabbit hole, and next thing you know, it's like, hey, what are you watching? Oh, what's your face? They're live, dragging
Annie
somebody.
Oakley. And they quit with her. She's female. She's showed her driver's license and everything else.
Who cares,
and who
though,
cares?
man? Yeah, I hate that. That's one thing that drives me crazy when someone tries so hard to figure out what gender someone is or what they identify as. They're not a man, they're a woman. It's like, so what? It's like, I
It's
mean,
certainly not grounds for a roasting.
yeah,
It
it's
makes you
just
look
so,
worse.
it makes you
than-
look like you're in high school is what it does, you know?
Yeah, I
But-
agree. Look, we're all trying not to be controversial. I mean, but we haven't been able to catch up with as much as I wanted, like before we went live. And I think people appreciate that because they don't really want it. But I like to, we don't even really talk about it so much anymore because you don't know what's going on all over the place.
I listen to what you listen to. Like when I've been on YouTube lately, I probably work, I don't know, 50
No,
to
more than that.
50. Well, this week it'll be, since where I work is holiday driven. It's driven by activities.
He
Probably
works for Santa Claus.
65 hours a week.
He's an elf.
I work 10 to 12 hour days this week.
You work for Santa Claus?
I work for Santa.
Well,
I'm too tall to be an elf. But
We've-
so I don't have time for it. I come home and, you know, my better half here will have dinner or something, and then I'll take a bath, and then we're in bed and she's watching something. And I'm typically, like, if I turn on YouTube, I'm watching baseball cards like Phil's pulls or fishing or something like that.
He really does.
Oh, I want to see you. Come here.
But I'll hear it. Like if there's a live stream going on and she's listening to it, I'll kind of know who it is, or you know,
Yeah.
at some point, you know, I know who everyone is.
Look,
So
that's Scout. Oops,
that's
that's
a new
Scout.
kitty.
And with that, we're full. So if anybody else, we're gonna have to rehome anything else. So we have 3 cats and we have Sawyer. And I do litter
we're
box
gonna
twice
get
a day, and there's
chickens.
2 of them, and we're gonna get we got a chicken coop.
Have you- I don't think we put that. I don't think
Did
we put it
For
on.
those of you who are not on Twitter, Sean got his chicken coop.
I got I
It
have
is
a
the
chicken.
Cadillac.
It's the Cadillac of chicken coops. It's being built. It's being custom built right now. So
But you know what? I'm like, that's what I said on Twitter. I'm like, between the 2 of us, if one person really wants something, you can bet that no matter what, within
Yup. I turn my head and then she's in there wheeling and dealing with the dude that, you know, the contractor.
But
And
y'all,
it's an
got-
all wood chicken coop.
Yeah,
Um,
you can add a heater to it. We
it's
didn't.
it's about what's about an 8 by
be
8
able
feet
to-
long.
Did you save it?
Yeah, I have pictures of it in there.
We will. We're definitely. We might. That's
One
a good
side's
idea.
the nesting box. It can hold 6 chickens comfortably. So I'm thinking 5 hens and a rooster. And
But some people said, why would you want a rooster? What is the thought behind
the
that?
rooster,
Protects them, right?
yes, he does. Yeah. If you have a decent rooster, he'll make a lot of noise if a predator comes around, and that's really all it takes. If you've seen the video, if you can look on YouTube videos and different videos where there's one
Yes.
out there where a hawk attacks a chicken, and the rooster comes after the hawk, goes after the hawk, and then they also had a donkey in the yard, and the donkey and the rooster go after this hawk and chase the hawk away so the hen lives.
Fatima, you should do a channel. And the negative, if you don't, yeah, she's like the negativity that comes with it. But it's also, there's a few people that, not so much anymore, but there's one girl who says horrible, horrible things about everyone. And I know you're watching their Chainsaw. And other than right now, I don't ever entertain the crap she says. It's too, and I don't even watch it, but when I see like little things here and there, I'm just like, how can you even address it? It's so bad. It's so bad.
But YouTube will get a hold of that.
Well, she's
at
already
some
had it
point.
her channel taken down. So
Yeah.
Anyway, and she's done, I mean, some of the people that she's talked about, I'm not even particularly crazy about, but I'm like, why would anyone?
Yeah, that's pretty.
You know what I mean? Anyway, that's just an example. And I know she's watching, so go ahead and get on your recorder and make something about me.
So everyone is saying, yeah, Gulf Coast. Yeah, I'll put a couple pictures on Twitter, and when it comes in, I'll do a video. But so what do? It's like when you go to like a manufactured home lot or a place where they build sheds. We went to one of those, and they had different chicken coops, so we just picked one out, and then they put the order in. It takes like 5 weeks for them to build it. This one's pretty cool.
We got to pick the colors.
Like on one side, it's got about It's, you know, the length of it, and you unlatch it and it lifts up about 6 inches and you can just sweep it out the side
Yeah.
when you're cleaning it out. And
That
that's what
was
I
the
like.
main thing too, is I was like, if we're getting one, it's gotta be one, like, I know I'll get attached to
It's
the
got
chickens.
two-
I get
it's
attached
got-
to everything, but I was like, it's gotta be something that if I need to help out,
It's got
I'm
two
not.
paned windows that you can open and shut.
And they,
like a house.
One of the options was electronic doors that
Yeah,
you
we
could
can
turn
go
on
that,
and
yeah.
off, and they could. But the other thing that you had before that I really is the ducks. I want ducks.
See, with the ducks, we have to get the yard fenced.
Well, we
'Cause
will.
They need a lot more space than chickens.
Well, we should fence the whole thing. But yeah, we could even, couldn't we? No, chickens drown, so we couldn't make a real pond, could we?
The little chickens drown.
But the big ones don't?
Well, you just don't make it that deep.
Okay.
You make it
Well,
about.
how do they bathe if they can't get
Well,
the water?
they'll chickens don't really bathe. They will, but you have like buckets or like little troughs for them. What I used to do when I had ducks is I would just get kiddie pools, and I put 2 or 3 of those around the yard, and then I just wouldn't mow the area right next to it, so they had a little blind that they could stay in, you know, like a little thing of grass, and that's what I used to do. But you just need a little bit more space for the ducks, but we'll get them. They're so cute when they're
That's
little.
the main thing and they'll fly away if something scares them.
I don't clip their wings. I let them fly away and come back. And they will. If the food is there, they'll come back.
And it's neat. It even has an external food holder.
We could have got a heater in it, but we didn't get the heater.
That scares me because it's like, how do they make sure it doesn't get too warm? Because that's dangerous too.
The chickens, it doesn't get brutally cold here. So, you know, it's gotten down like into the low 30s a couple of times, but
Hey, Sin.
it just doesn't get real cold in Georgia. Up here in North Georgia, it gets colder than it does, say, down in Atlanta.
So explain to me, who here, Sean doesn't know a lot about these people, but I'm curious, who watches the Ace family? I guarantee you they don't watch us. They got like 10 million subs. Does anybody here watch the Ace family? I mean, it's not worth even broaching if no one really watches them. But their latest thing, their House of Cards is falling in on them too, which people have been saying it forever, but...
Yep. You see it with a lot of YouTubers. I'd say,
There you go.
What's his name? The kid behind the camera? Michael Green, I think's his name. He figured out how to do it. He put his riches away. Now, they live well.
Yeah.
That was Angry Grandpa's kid, and then he became kid behind the camera. He did well. He's been around for a dozen years, and he doesn't live modestly, but he doesn't live like...
Do you still watch? I don't watch him.
I haven't seen him in a while, but most of these YouTubers, you're even seeing it happen to Trisha Paytas, even with her.
So a lot
At
of people
some
don't watch
point,
anymore.
People that do well on YouTube they start out like, say, we do. People want to see...
More and more.
They want to see the big house. They want to see this. And, you know, this was... What was it? KJ, AJ, and whoever?
KK Baby J. That's another
That was another
family
one.
vlogging.
And we watched them rise in YouTube and buy boats and buy a big old house. They're selling all that stuff now. Sooner or later, it ends.
Yes, I think they have an open marriage. The mess they're in. Oh, okay. Well, what appears is that the Ace family built a house. They don't have a certificate of occupancy because they built it under the guise that it was a business. They were to film there only.
Wow.
But they were not, so they didn't have things like gas. Some of the things that, unless you have a certificate of occupancy, you can't have.
So it's like a big prop.
That's basically.
Their house was like it was like a.
And that's how they did it. And so it was considerably less.
But it's a good loophole because I'm like things like Dr. Phil, or they have an area where they film. I know this obviously. So they have a living room, they have a kitchen, and they just have different rooms just for the purpose of doing A-rolls and B-rolls. But they're not equipped to be living, like the stove doesn't come on.
See, that's the way
You
it
know.
is. And they could never get the gas. But then they said in another video they did have gas, but it was, I don't know. So it's like they tried to play it like they had gotten conned, by the builder or whatever. No. What happened was you built it under a
lied.
tax loop.
Right.
And
You
there were
lied
certain
'cause so
things
your
you couldn't
pay,
get.
Yep, you don't pay the same property
Yep.
taxes. You don't pay the same.
You don't pay property tax at all, I don't think.
Right, because you're saying it's like a shed. It's a
Yes,
prop.
Cassie, that's them. Their house is in foreclosure. They tried to say,
It's like $15 million for the
but they
place,
tried
wasn't
to
it?
say that it. Hey, Karen. They tried to say it went into foreclosure.
Hey, Karen.
The day that they refused. So I guess if you have a huge house, you get a jumbo loan. And the first loan, this is what they said, is like 18 months or something. And then you've got to get a different loan after that. No, ma'am.
No one was gonna.
18 months was your jig was up.
Yep.
Nobody would finance it to purchase it. And so it went to immediate foreclosure.
Wow.
But my thing is, why would it offend you so much that your house went into foreclosure that you made this video about how crappy everything was? Because, and there's channels, I think it's Fleur, Fleur, that pulled all of the records and everything and just exposed it and said, look, not for nothing, you guys, that wasn't your house. You built it as a business.
Yep.
So, and that's why they didn't have any furniture hardly in there, they said. Anyway,
It's like
most of
a movie set.
right.
They build it
And they
as
were
a
trying,
movie set.
They were trying to point out how, junky it was built. And there was things like they would show, like remember when he got in there, you might have known, he got in his pool with a jet ski and it flooded the pool and it went down and flooded the neighbors below him because he was
being a jerk.
taking, you can't take a jet. And so they were saying, well, it wouldn't have done that, but they didn't build the retaining wall.
Because, okay, so now you think about the person who built it. He probably knew good and well what he was doing. We want to build this for our YouTube channel. Fine, I'll build it. Or it would be a court case, and it's not going to be a court case because
two houses smushed together is exactly what it was. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. But it's the Ace family. If y'all want to go into it, I didn't watch them until the controversy. I always heard he cheated, and I saw that on the T channels. But now,
since this has turned into channels that we like to watch. What channel do I like to watch? It's
okay. I'm just doing. Someone else will catch it. It's holding, and I don't know why it's holding inappropriate comment. The channel that you like to watch.
That's kind of drama.
On YouTube.
I do, yeah.
Oh, the Black Bigelow.
I like Black Bigelow, yeah.
Yeah,
you guys like him?
He does. For those of you who watch Squirmy and Grubs,
this is why I like him.
But he did one where he was like, "Look,
I cut my finger, so that's why it looks like that."
He's like, I'm prepared to believe many things, but no." And he does, and he's also Lamont at large. He does like
Lamont, right?
Yeah, Lamont at large.
Gulf Coast. I dig that dude. I think he's
funny.
So funny.
You watched him, yeah. There you go. Yeah, he's.
I got beef jerky money today.
And now he totally when the YouTube paid, he was like $4.
Whenever
beef
he gets
jerky.
his AdSense, he's eating. No, I'm gonna eat a whole bag of beef jerky.
He's
you know why?
Because I can.
Because I got beef jerky money.
And then one day he was talking
thing.
about, and I couldn't figure out if he was trolling, but he said this girl asked to meet for dinner. She was a fan or whatever. They talked and asked to meet for dinner, and they met, and she brought a friend or whatever. And he goes, so she didn't pay. And he was like, look, you invite me to meet for somewhere, you're going to pay. And you brought a friend too, so you can pay for, and he was like, I'm not down. So he said that when he figured out she wasn't going to pay.
She always worked at Popeyes, right? Yeah.
When they met for dinner and he didn't, became obvious that he didn't order. He left.
He just left.
He said, the nerve of you.
Coming in here.
I don't believe he lives in his car for a second.
He's even got a scooter in the back of it. In the back of it.
He is funny.
But he's talking about how he takes his dates to
no
Popeyes
problem.
Because he gets the discount.
Yeah, and then he filmed himself quitting, remember?
Yep, he went in there. Remember when he put a disguise on because he went to go get his job back, and he wanted to act like he was not who he was, so he could get hired.
I was gonna show you Sawyer, but he's like,
come here, Sawyer Brown.
He's doing his. I'm gonna come up there. Do any of you have a little dog that comes to you, but if you don't know what they're saying, they move back? That's what he does. He plays this.
Come here, Sawyer Brown.
A very right. Had him a very
Our Christmas
humble.
tree is like right here, and the cats are under it.
There's another one if you like the graveyard tours. It's called Faces of the Forgotten. That one's very interesting because he actually will tell you the history behind some of these, and some of them are very historical, and he superimposes pictures and stuff. It's pretty interesting. He just drank some water, y'all, so
Who, this guy?
yeah, he just drank some
Soy
water.
Brown.
Say hi.
He needs a
The
haircut.
vegan teacher is mad at me. I think I've heard of the vegan teacher is the one that also does. I think I know who that one is. You watch that one too? Yeah, Faces of the Forgotten. He does some really interesting stories, and he'll put the pictures on there of like the history of it. There's certain channels that the second they pop up, bye Gulf Coast, have a good one. At the second they pop up, if I can, I click the video. Faces of the Forgotten is one, and there's another one called Absolute Oddity. Have you ever seen that one? Hey, Whiplash. Absolute Oddity is another one, and they don't make as many as they used to, but they're fascinating.
It's like, but the best one is, it's won awards for, is that soft white underbelly.
Yeah,
That's the best one.
I watch it every morning on the way to work.
He does so well to keep it. I'm so surprised he doesn't have something other than a YouTube channel, because it is so well done.
I think he has done them, but no, now, this is the thing that I found out about recently. I had heard of, like, obviously I'd heard of the opioid. You need to go potty, Sawyer? The opioid epidemic, but I didn't understand that
I'll let him out.
about this, that fentanyl is now so prevalent, because I was trying to figure out how there was enough fentanyl redirected to satisfy all these major cities' habits. Did you see him bring that family to? I did. Sean, I'll get back to that. Don't let me forget. The Whitakers, don't let me forget to talk about that. Sean's fascinated with that family.
I like them all. I like when he interviews like my favorite one is the one of the girl that survived 2 different serial killers.
2 serial killers. So anyways, Nessie made me derail. Oh well, it'll come back to me. That one is, the fentanyl, that's what it was. I didn't realize that it was illicitly being made in Mexico, and that it's got car fentanyl in it and all of that. I didn't realize that. But the amount that they talk about now that the addicts are able to consume and survive is staggering.
The body adjusts.
Yeah, and they're even doing now, no, I haven't seen that, Fatima. They even now have tents in the big cities where you can go use there, and they have Narcan available. But they said the amount of Narcan is also staggering that it takes. So I've been seeing that a lot on soft white underbelly. Right, XO? I understand. So that's, one of the things that every day I'm watching these people who, and I'm not too proud to admit that, a different story, a different path, and not day by day, I wouldn't be, the same exact and the same thing. But it's like, it's taken over more than heroin and everything else. It's really scary. But the Whitakers on soft white underbelly are a family of brothers and sisters that are inbred. I'm looking at the ones y'all are recommending, and I'll remember. I don't know Mr. Ballin, but a Navy SEAL who tells his stories. Have you seen him, Sean? Ballin, Ballen?
I don't know that one.
We'll have to check that one out. So the Whitakers, they don't openly admit. Some of them are higher functioning than some of the other ones.
Didn't you take him to Walmart the other day?
That's what they were just saying. He took them to Walmart and told them they could buy anything that they wanted to buy. And one of them was, he said, "What you gonna get first?" And she goes, "A microwave." And they put new windows in their house. They've done a lot for them. And they are a kindest family. They're very close.
Yeah, they are.
And the neighbors protect them. But when they ask them pointed questions about their parents and this and that, they will not disclose.
Well,
they've been told not to, I think.
And the thing about the whole show that this guy does, because it's really interesting stuff.
Thank you,
but
EXO.
He's generated a following and kind of a little bit of a nonprofit when he does this. And he takes what people give, and like you said, they raised like, what, $40,000 so they could redo their home. It was a lot of money.
It was.
That he gave this
family.
family.
And they're still...
Yep.
They have no comprehension of costs, money, anything. when
their neighborhood kind of protects them.
Yeah.
Make sure they have what they need, the food that they need. They bring, clothes and stuff because, they don't wash their own clothes. I don't know if they bathe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what they do.
But it's interesting. Go back and watch it, Karen. We always end up talking about different channels, which I think is fairly interesting.
So the one that I watched, because like in my work's like physically demanding work that I do now, which I think the last time we were live, I was about 250, 255 pounds. But since in the 8 months since I've got this job, I'm about like 215.
This is a man for you, right?
I'm at 215.
But men are like, I quit drinking soda, and two weeks later they've dropped. No, I'm proud of you too, but it's like
I just went to work.
Women are like, all I've eaten is tofu for 6 years and drank water, and I've lost 2.5 pounds. It's like,
but I mean, like for when you look at somebody like Loretta, who's on
Bye,
here, y'all know
Fatima.
Loretta, and you look at how she has taken bodybuilding and transformed herself.
she looks amazing.
Yeah, she's amazing. For me, it was just muscle recognition, just going back to work and just doing physical labor and things like that. I just dropped 40 pounds and toned up. That's all I've done. So.
But ladies, right? Am I right that that's the difference between men and women? I mean, he's 52 and he can still.
I don't know. I know some dudes who have Instagram channels and they're like, what is the I got to go in there. It's like Tasty Greens and Tasty Reds. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're Reds to go, and it's this powder. And it's like, I've lost 1.3 pounds this week, and it keeps, you see pictures of people standing on the scale. Mm-hmm. And it's like, man, if you don't eat, you're going to lose weight. If you're just drinking powder and water, you're gonna lose weight.
Yeah, but you do like sometimes if he gets busy or doesn't, you'll go without eating.
I won't eat,
and then he gets sick, and he gets.
Am I ornery? Do I get ornery?
Yes.
Am I a grumposaurus if
I think I'm worse though. If I say I'm hungry and he's like, okay, well let's get then about 5 minutes later I'll be like, I'm hungry, and he's like, oh, it's becoming a thing. It's
becoming a thing. When we first moved here, before I went to work, and we were taking care of Dad, last winter when we first got to Georgia, living there, and I would DoorDash to make money, and it's a pretty good gig. You can make 25 bucks an hour if you get on it. Sometimes she would go with me, and so we'd be riding along, and she'd be like, when you get a chance, can we stop and get something to eat? That doesn't mean when you get a chance, because it means you need to stop and give me something to eat, because I'll be like, I'm cranking it out. It's the dinner rush in about an hour. No.
And then
this
I would be
one
like,
here is like, just take me home.
I'd be like, that's it, I'm done. He's like, no, what happened?
What happened? Can you get something to eat? I'm past getting something to eat. You just need to take me home.
Yeah, but we've gotten a lot better about not eating out. I do cook quite a bit.
We don't eat out much because it takes like a half hour to get to civilization.
Let it go.
It takes it
does. But we did find a place that DoorDash last night. I'm going to heat that up.
Anything will DoorDash if you throw a tip on it.
He tipped $17 for this food. This girl pulls up with a white tablecloth.
But plus she had $3.50 base tip.
Yeah.
So she got $21 just for bringing our food out. And I did it. I appreciate.
And it was well worth it.
Because
it was good. It was hot. She hoofed it and got it here.
I think that we're in a position with she and I.
Yoga pants.
We both have decent jobs, and so we're able to do that. So when someone DoorDashes or we go somewhere to eat, especially DoorDash, because I did it, I normally tip pretty well because I get it.
We're good tippers at restaurants too.
I remember last year up here, there'd be freezing rain. I put my car in a ditch that night.
Yeah.
This is a pretty funny story. So up in North Georgia, you got a lot of good old boys, right? So I took them a pizza from Mod Pizza in Dawsonville,
which everyone loves. We've never been there.
Mod Pizza. So, but I was way up in Lumpkin County, right? So as I was backing my truck up, I thought I was turning, and I didn't make the turn, and I went sort of down off his unpaved driveway, in a tree that he cut, the stump kind of center line to my truck. I was stuck, and it's probably 25 degrees, freezing rain. It was nasty. I go and I knock on this guy's door, and I'm like, dude, my truck's stuck. He jumped into his. He loved it.
Polaris. He had a
opened his
Polaris.
garage out, and then Polaris. They just look like big golf carts. Hey, he hooked my truck
you
up,
gotta
and I
work.
was, do I got to like hit the gas? He goes, you just straighten the wheel out and put that in neutral, and I'm gonna pull you right out, boy. And he did.
It made their night.
Yeah, they loved it because they had a chance to use their Polaris. But
Where I work, they have those. If y'all have seen me doing the things where I go out in the mornings with the dogs and the horses and stuff, that's not, I have just kind of a golf cart, but there's someone else that has one of those Polaris and it's fully loaded and everything. And I finally was like, is it, so, she's kind of been talking about getting one and without disclosing family. He goes, I paid $23,000 for that. Sean goes,
$23,000. That's what my truck cost. For like
you've got
a little 4-wheel machine that you tool around the farm in. 23 grand, y'all.
I was like, and then, so when I was talking to her about it, and I said, yeah, I guess it has heat and it's got doors or whatever. What do you think? And she's like, well, about how much? 9,000? I said 23, and she was like,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
You've got a lot of people that live around here that in the 80s, when there was nothing up the 400 corridor, as Atlanta grew, and they had two choices. It would either be, what do you call it, eminent domain, where the city would take your land and give you not close to what it's worth. But what these people got smart and did is they sold their land for millions.
Yeah.
And so you've got a lot of country families around here that are loaded because they sold their land.
But the other thing that I've seen driving between here and work is 15 miles, and it's pretty rural. People will have trees on their house, and if it didn't like puncture it, or if they can survive,
let it grow.
But it like literally falls on their house. And if it survives and it's not, I'm like, they live in it.
Where we live right now, if we have a really bad storm, there's a pretty good chance a tree's going to fall on us. Because I probably have the backyard strip here is maybe 8 feet.
But we put a bunch of tarps.
Yeah, I mean the deer come right up. But what she's saying is, if that thing falls on the house and it doesn't do any structural damage, they don't pay to drag it off the house because another tree is going to fall on the house the next time.
They'll say it'll rot, and eventually they can get it off the house. Or I guess also if it falls on it, they're like, okay, if you pull it off, it's gonna rip it.
Right.
Whereas when it fell,
if it lands and doesn't, and your house ain't leaking, they don't.
Can you imagine?
They don't mess with it. They just leave
chilling,
it there.
knowing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Where do you live? Underneath them trees? Then?
Yeah.
There's a house under there.
And I didn't know how it was happening because I was driving. I'd be like, man, there's people living in these houses and there's trees on them. And I finally asked someone. They go, oh yeah, if it's going to be more damage to pull the tree off than leaving it there.
When you come along, like when you leave the main street, it's a few miles back to get to where we are. And there's several old abandoned trailers that are just kind of, you can't see them in the summer because the foliage is full. But now that it's winter, fall, all the leaves have fallen off. You can look back. There's old, not just trailers, but houses.
And
old
I'll
houses
admit,
that no one's in.
They've been there since we moved in or whatever. And you would think you would have a certain type of like opinion of the way they look. They don't bother anybody.
Nope.
Didn't even know that they were back there. You know what I mean?
Still wouldn't.
Not loud.
I get up every day before the sun comes up, and I don't even see lights on. I didn't even know there was anything back there because like when you leave a subdivision or you leave an area that's populated, you see at least lights from homes.
Right.
Like you don't see that back there.
No, we have a good time though. Like I can't wait to do more outside. It went from being summertime to next time we should stream in front of the fireplace.
Yeah, we'll show them that. Fireplace is right there.
This thing behind me is a black sheet, 2 sets of Christmas lights. The other one's twinkle, and I didn't know how people, some people are sensitive to if it twinkles or whatever. So now the other one's turned on.
I mean, this is very,
with
very
a gray sheer over it.
Constructed for a YouTube
It kind of looks like, y'all probably thought it was a window, right? Because it's like, but no, it's Christmas lights and a black sheet and whatever.
Yeah, the fireplace would be good.
We'll do that next time.
Right over there.
Yes, we should do that. I forgot that leftover shrimp and whatever is in the fridge. He ate 2 things of sushi. because he has YouTube. No, I'm just kidding.
Because I got
$22 worth of sushi that,
I
which
fed
is
some
good
of it
for
to
him.
the cats though.
Oh my gosh. He always, one day when I said, can you do me a favor? Unless you want to do the litter box, quit feeding the cats. And even my
feed them.
stepdaughter was like, ooh. And she left.
Yeah, I mean
She didn't feed him, but he did. And she
I
goes,
feed them anything. We have 3 cats. 2 of them will eat anything, which is unlike
but they're not
cats.
supposed to eat anything.
Well, but they're
Storm does not. Y'all
but
remember
they're-
Stormy? Stormy was raised right. She does not eat
Have
wet
we,
food.
we've shown Eleanor on a live stream, right?
Yeah.
Ellie, the cat.
Yeah.
And then you saw Scout tonight. They're cats. They're carnivores. They like meat.
But if you raise them eating what they're supposed to.
Right. Well, Storm was raised inside by people. These 2 cats, the other 2 cats were born outside.
Yeah.
So they like to get a hold of
It is hard when you live in the country, when things need homes, not to be like, oh, we've got room, because there's always things that need home in the
Yeah.
country.
That's true.
You know, you don't
And
see that as much as.
I work in the community too, so I have met everybody, and so I know, if a dog needs, if a pet needs a home, or
Yeah.
what comes for rent when it comes for rent, or who's hiring for what, in Dawsonville. So I just know everybody in the town.
And contrary to what has been said by predecessing placeholders, everyone likes Sean. Like, people who meet him genuinely like him from the get-go. Not even so much with me. Like, sometimes I'm like, Sean, we don't have to make friends with everybody. But everyone likes him. Like, they trust him.
One of the things about Dawsonville, if you guys ever watch NASCAR, Dawsonville, right? Who's from Dawsonville? Bill Elliott, Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott is Bill's son. I have not met Chase. I have met Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott has come, to the places where I work and has.
He works for Santa Claus.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. It doesn't matter.
But Dawsonville, Austin Bill from Dawsonville. It's a even with that family living here, it's a close town. I mean, it's a pretty close knit town.
We like it. I miss my family in Texas. My son's now living in a different state with the military, so that's kind of a bigger thing. But we're all, in different things. But it's very peaceful here. I would say anxiety-wise, it's been much better for me than it's been in a long time.
I was a little worried about that because, she's a Texas girl. So, is she country though? Not really. Texas, Austin is not the country. This is North Georgia. North Georgia mountains. So, it's north of Atlanta it's about a 50-mile drive into Atlanta. So, we're up here.
I'm trying to get him to go out.
She likes it. She digs it. So that's cool. What are you doing? I can get him to do it.
Do it. Make him do it. It's
Ready?
a very
Here.
sad growl. It's not a real growl.
Right. Watch. I'll get it to you.
Poor Sean. He's like, you'll hear him. When Sean claps and dances, Sawyer gets so annoyed. Y'all probably would rather see that, right? Sean clapping and dancing. Listen, though. No, he's not going to do it. He knows.
I'm not dancing.
Hey, Bethy. I'm going to heat up my thing. But, so tomorrow's Vlogmas Day 9. People are going to be so annoyed. They're going to be like, they're lying. They didn't even do... Hey, didn't people say we didn't really move our stuff from Texas?
Somebody said that.
They're like, I don't believe it.
Somebody sent me I guess it was a DM because it was on Twitter. And you guys remember when Mandi took off? It was the first week of September. She took off to Texas without me because
Yes,
I was working. I was supposed to.
And he was going to meet me.
I was going to meet her on the 12th. And it got to be about the 4th. We don't like being apart.
No.
We're good for about maybe 2 days apart.
And good
And then-
is
meaning we sleep through
stretching
the night.
it, yeah.
And then we can't really sleep without each other. And she was like about the 4th or the 5th. I was like, it's one more week and then I'll be out there. And she was like, I'm coming. I'm
Yeah.
coming home. And she went and
They helped me load it on that side, and then I had help
Your
unload
dad and your
it.
son,
So basically, I just drove it. But people were like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I was
someone
like,
sent me a
why
text,
would we lie
a
about
DM of somebody who has got me blocked or whatever because they don't like me and said, I don't believe it. He's lying. I mean,
Yeah,
why would
that's
I lie
true.
about that?
Let me
I mean, what?
let me take that back and let everyone like Sean. There's a multitude of people on YouTube that don't lie. I mean, in his real life.
Yeah. I mean, but I just don't understand
It
of
would
all
be a
the
silly reason.
of all the crap that they could come after me for, everything over say the last 5 years and my past and all that, there'd be a lot of things to drag me about or hold me accountable for. Not about talking about my wife.
I loved it.
It was just weird. It was weird to me that's what they were.
That same
coming at
person
me
called
about.
me platypus nails for my fingernails, and I
Really?
was like, "Well, they do kind of look like that."
I mean, it's just
right now
weird.
they're
It's
half
weird.
broken off.
When
'cause-
you are out of the drama, and then you look back on there, it's weird. It's
very
weird. It's like why? You know, I mean, anyway.
It's kind of funny though, but it's
It was funny, but it was weird.
yeah. Well, that same person thinks everything we do is scum of the earth.
Yeah, it's true.
But anyways,
There's still just a small group that does that, but not many.
it's 8:23. That means our bedtime's in 7 minutes. How sad is that, guys?
We've been live 51 minutes.
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Are we going to try to do this like every night?
we are going to try to do this.
We always say that. and we
The
never
other
do.
thing that we talk about, not in depth, but about like the future and us and things that have
And
legs.
see, that's what I was talking
things
about.
that have
yeah.
legs two legs instead of four, right?
Two
Is-
legs. And,
Two legs instead of four
Yeah.
is in the process. We
Yeah, we're
are
trying to
doing
figure it out. You're knocking that.
I'm gonna be still now.
So we've been going to
That's-
the doctors and
that's a
seeing how
concern.
that's going to happen. Yeah.
So, and we are going to update that journey because there's going to be somebody out there who's going through the same one.
Yeah. And that's what a lot of people were watching us for.
Mm-hmm.
And as one of the things is you have to realize we were talking about couples that took to YouTube and did really well and then made a lot of money. And now they're in trouble is because people are watching them to see
Right, how many
what
kids,
they
yeah.
do. And it's they want a certain amount of access in your life.
Right.
And
Which, if anybody knows me, I mean,
Yeah.
you're not going to have. It's plugged in, and it did. That was because
yeah, that was the low. Yeah, it's okay. We still got. That wasn't. You found out that really wasn't what. You're
What?
like I'm not like the level of access that some people demanded or whatever.
Oh yeah.
But
I used to joke and say you'd have to pay for Patreon for access to that, but
that's why. I mean, if people, you look at like my kid behind the cameras was the exception because there was Angry Grandpa.
yeah.
And it was pretty new. So people like to see what his day-to-day was.
Right.
But most of the time they want to see extravagance and that doesn't last forever.
Right.
It doesn't.
I'm gonna put that there.
Not on YouTube it doesn't. It doesn't.
I know. No, I was typing that, and then I was gonna remove the comment, but because there's people that that want to know.
Let me see.
Probably. I have had like 2 appointments or whatever, but anyway. I thought I removed it. Yeah.
The message retracted? You retracted?
Yeah, I retracted it because I wasn't gonna. I mean,
Oh, I see what you're
until
saying.
we're ready
yeah.
to talk about it, we're not ready to talk about it.
I go, yeah, I know. I go off. I kind of like stay.
No, but I mean, like, but that's right now where.
No,
it's
but like what I tend to do sometimes is I'm on the live stream and then I kind of like go off on some direction.
Oh, but I'm not even talking about
And
that.
I'm not even like watching the chat.
Oh. He's like,
That's all.
I could have typed
just
in there, I'm 8 months pregnant, and he'd be like,
I'd be like, and did you see the Braves?
you ready to
But-
go so I can eat that shrimp and thing and then we can go to bed? Or do you want to
Yeah.
make it to an hour for a proper Vlogmas?
55 minutes is close to an hour. It's close enough.
But we did have a good time.
I'm
Yes,
getting
we will
kinda
try to
tired.
do it tomorrow since we carried a signal. There was no buffering.
Yeah, how was it? It didn't buffer at all,
I
guys,
bet
right?
you though if it was closer to 9:30 it would.
Yeah, that always seemed to be the time when our internet, for whatever reason, got crazy.
I don't know
So
why.
we got to shoot for what? 8 to 9?
Something like that.
8 to 9 maybe?
Yeah. If y'all want to
Try.
hear us, then we're interested in talking about it. About
Yeah.
the most boring things. But some people seem to care. Like, about when we talk about chickens and ducks. And,
I always said that, you know, you and I were
oops,
both.
sorry guys.
You and I were both from
Good.
from YouTube, right? We're both from the drama community or whatever it is now. So people know us. So when we got together, people wanted to see it. And we know all of y'all and y'all know us. So any one of you guys could go live and we would watch, just like y'all watch us. So that was always.
Mandy's live. Gypsy Mandy, she goes live now. I don't know what I watch it, but I don't know what her current name is. She's been around for a very long time. She's interesting. You guys should watch her.
But be careful because YouTube's taking it down. Taking it down.
And I'm so tired of finding people's alternate channels because their other one gets taken down, and I'm asking people I know, and nobody knows. And
hey, Bethy.
And then some people it's not interesting enough. But there was what was the last thing?
That we're gonna try to do this every night.
Yeah. Can we still call it Vlogmas Day 9 even though we didn't do 7? What if we do
like if we become rich and famous, so people will be looking for the first 7 days of Vlogmas 2021.
They'll be like, oh, you don't want to watch it.
We'll have to make something up and be like, I found day 6 and just have a completely different thing.
That's funny. But a lot of people are also hiding their channels because YouTube is taking so much.
So they're
down.
going through and
they're
looking
hiding
at the
them
content?
and taking down. Well, they're hiding their channel and taking down stuff that shouldn't be out there.
I did say that to Mandy because when we were doing our channel a lot, 18 months ago or whatever it was, when we built whatever subscribers we have, there was drama going on and we were part of some of it. And I'm glad that we weren't around when YouTube started this because there's people that are gone now that.
Well, and the thing is here's part of the terms of service. It says if the content could be used for someone to pleasure themselves, it's inappropriate. Now, there's a lot of people going around here that are getting taken down for doing that stuff. I guarantee you nobody's watching it to pleasure themselves.
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, because it also.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, there's that shot.
I guarantee you nobody's watching that
they're
one.
They're finally doing the bullying stuff. They're taking people down for that. And it seemed to be for a long time that if you had a lot of subs, you could get away with a lot more. And it seems that whoever is now moderating YouTube is starting to make good on what they said that they were going to do.
And some of these people are making a lot of money.
They were
at least
making
making payments on rent and stuff like that with the money. And
we'll talk about it in another vlog. There's a couple people that know how to do a YouTube channel and they do make a little bit of money from it. And that the reason why they're still here and doing well is because they've learned to stay away from the drama. They just don't get into it. They back away. And y'all know who those are. So
yeah. Well, it was nice checking in. We have a backdrop. We have a thing. Tomorrow maybe we'll do it in front of the fireplace. But thank you for coming to hang out with us tonight. I need to get my nails done.
The nails. Okay.
Well,
I'll go back to work tomorrow.
That's why we also work so hard because fertility doctors are very expensive.
Yeah.
In the mornings is when I'm roughest on them because I take the dogs on a golf cart ride. And when you have to shift the gears, they run. When you have to shift the gears.
Roughest on your nails?
Yeah. Those are hard to shift the gears or whatever. So that's when I'm hardest. And my nail lady gets so offended. She's like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, no, you don't understand. I'm like rough on them.
I go every 3 Saturdays I get my pedicure because
he does.
I work on my feet all day. I'm on my feet almost all day for about 10 hours. And I'm gonna take a bath tonight and then go to bed.
I know. Oh, you and your baths. Remember that?
Yep. You and your bath. That's right. I love them.
And he takes them for 2 hours and watches sports, and I think it's absolutely fabulous.
We were figuring out how to put a TV right in there.
If it wasn't fog up, I would.
TV in the bathroom. You want to see us do it?
I would do anything for him. It is pathetic, and for him, for me, we make it happen, and that's a pretty cool thing to be at this point in your life and to be like that.
Yeah, to be this whipped in your 50s, and I am. I'm whipped.
I think I am too.
I'm very whipped. That's a good thing.
It is a good thing. You deserve to be taken care of. Okay,
Thank
you
you.
guys. We will see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Bye, guys.
And I should start doing, I go to thrift shops a lot during the day. If you knew who I was going with, you would die laughing. But we hit the thrift shops every day. You know what I mean? It's ironic.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
But anyways, so maybe I'll start vlogging at the thrift shops or something like that.
Or
No,
just put
probably
stuff
not.
on Twitter, some of the stuff that you see.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I have a collection of them because
Did you see that tree root I put on there
Yeah.
today?
Because normally you will send me pictures of whatever you're doing.
Did you see the tree root that I put on Twitter?
I haven't seen your Twitter, no.
Oh my God. Look, let me pull it up. Before we go, you can see a live reaction. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, it's at Mrs. MISSUS ATX. And this is a legit tree root. It's not a
Oh my God.
I said, how can you say nature doesn't? And it's not a turd. It's a tree root.
You can take off YouTube for that.
No, that's on Twitter.
I'm just kidding.
Anyways, okay, you guys, we will see you tomorrow. And let me give you that back. I know it looks like a turd, but it's not. Anyways, we'll talk to you later. And the chat long since quit strolling. I mean, maybe nobody's, but we might be frozen. Anyways, see y'all tomorrow.
No, she said great stream.
Thank you. Thank you, Mods.
Let It Go said don't buy any paintings. That we're good.
That's stalking. You know that, right? If you buy paintings that someone else did,
Don't buy. Oh, I
you're
get
stalking.
I
No
get
matter
it.
what you.
It got me through such a rough time. Good night, y'all.
Bye.